So friends, there's something that Judge Lewis Kaplan said to the jury right at the very end of the E. Jean Carroll defamation trial that I think we should talk about, because it's actually pretty troubling. So let's talk about it, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, I wanted to let the E. Jean Carroll jury verdict, $83.3 million in damages awarded to E. Jean Carroll for Donald Trump's relentless, unabated defamation of Miss Carroll. I wanted to let that jury verdict sink in for a few days before turning my attention to something else. Something troubling, something that the presiding judge, Judge Lewis Kaplan, said to the jurors after they had completed their jury service right before he dismissed them. Let's start with the new reporting. This from the Business Insider. Headline: Judge in Trump defamation trial advises jurors to never disclose that you were on this jury. And that article begins, U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan capped off an at times surreal day in federal court with one final piece of advice for jurors who had just found that former President Donald Trump must pay $83.3 million in damages to E. Jean Carroll. This from Judge Kaplan. Quote, my advice to you is that you never disclose that you were on this jury, and I won't say anything more about it, close quote, Judge Kaplan said after the verdict was read. So friends, why do I find that instruction, that comment, that admonition, that warning that Judge Kaplan gave to the jurors so deeply troubling? First of all, it's not a criticism of Judge Kaplan. He is a fine, honorable, well-regarded jurist. And you know what he was doing there? He was trying to protect those jurors. He was trying to keep them out of harm's way by recommending that they never tell anybody that they served as jurors in the case of E. Jean Carroll versus Donald Trump. But friends, the reason I find it so disturbing is these men and women who sat as jurors in that case were doing their civic duty. You know, jury service is not only a duty, a responsibility. I maintain it's an honor. I mean, we have a system of justice. We have a court system where fellow citizens get to make the decision about one of their own, whether they're guilty or innocent in a criminal case, whether they are liable or not liable in a civil case, like the E. Jean Carroll defamation case. Yes, it's a civic responsibility, it's a civic duty, but it's also an honor. You know, there's an instruction that a judge used to give jurors in criminal trials that went something like, ladies and gentlemen, this decision about whether the defendant is guilty as charged, whether the evidence proved the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, this decision is too important to leave to government employees or government officials. That's why we entrust it to you, the citizens, drawn from the same jurisdiction, the same community, in which this crime was committed. Jury duty is a responsibility and an honor, and yet what signal is sent by our institutions, in this case by Judge Kaplan, when he says, shh, don't tell anybody you served as a juror in this case? I think that's shameful. And I think it's shameful because rather than address the problem, the danger, that Donald Trump represents to those jurors who sat on the E. Jean Carroll trial and everybody else who's involved in the endeavor of holding Donald Trump accountable for his crimes or for his civil wrongs, rather than address the danger, we tell everybody else in the system, shh, don't tell anybody. That's the way to keep yourself out of harm's way. That's the way to keep Donald Trump and his supporters who respond to his every post, his every missive, criticizing those who are trying to hold him accountable, rather than hold Donald Trump accountable, rather than stop him, shut him down, not to mention shut him up. No. Everyone else in the system has to adjust. Jurors have to conceal. They have to hide the fact that they performed this important civil duty. They served as jurors. And we need to get protection for the judges and the court staff. Protect them from the danger posed by Donald Trump. And we need to protect the prosecutors. We need to protect the witnesses. And the jurors need to keep quiet. Everybody else has to adjust to Donald Trump's dangerous behavior instead of going right to the source and holding Donald Trump accountable for his dangerousness, shutting him down and shutting him up. The way the law provides should be done. When a defendant is on release in a felony case, Donald Trump is on release in 4 felony criminal cases, both federal and state. He's being prosecuted up and down the eastern seaboard, and he's on release, pretrial release in all 4 of those cases. The law provides that if there's clear and convincing evidence that Donald Trump poses a danger to even one person in the community, he should be detained pending trial. But instead, every other human being involved in the endeavor of holding him accountable for his crimes and his wrongs, every other human being has to adjust their behavior. They just have to live with the danger that Donald Trump poses to them. In fact, jurors, quiet. Don't tell anybody. Rather than addressing the danger as the law provides. In that regard, our institutions of government are failing. Judges should not be instructing jurors to conceal, hide, maybe even lie about the fact that you were on this jury performing your important civic duty, your responsibility, and indeed what I consider to be an honor, serving on a jury. That is a system turned on its head because the institutions of government haven't stepped up to address the danger that is Donald Trump. Let's hope that changes as Donald Trump continues to lose trial after trial after trial. Yes, they've all been civil trials thus far, but the criminal trials, the prosecutions are coming. Donald Trump cannot delay them forever, and he can't delay them until after the 2024 presidential election. Let's hope the institutions of government start to strike a different balance, a balance envisioned by the law. Address the danger. Don't make everyone else alter their lives, their behavior. Just live with the danger posed by Donald Trump. Address the danger. Shut him down, shut him up, as the law provides, can be done and should be done. And you know why? Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.